morning is presentation of the NAFA scholarships. We appreciate all the parents, our NAFA board members that are here, our teachers, all our students that made it, and our principal, Coach Mcconauthey. We're glad you all could make it today. We're going to begin today with our Executive Director, Dana Jefferson.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. I'm just going to give us a little prayer. I'm so pleased and thankful to the dear Lord that He's granted us this beautiful day. So if you'll bow your heads just for a moment. Dear Lord, look down on us and keep us in your blessings. We thank you for all of our blessings, for these children that we have raised that we're so proud of, for their families, for our school and the wonderful teachers and staff that we have here at Neville. We thank you and we ask you to continue your abundant blessings on this school and all who attend. Amen. Coach McCarty, want to say a few words?
Thank you, Dana, and good morning to everybody. Guys, we wouldn't be here today without that lady that was just at the microphone. Ms. Jefferson does a tremendous job each and every year, gathering scholarships, benefactors, and for these people up on stage today, some of these are benefactors and presenters, and thank you to all of you that are here today. Big round of applause. And big thank you to these students that are sitting here around this fountain. You guys have endured. We talked a little bit about that yesterday. What a tremendous, 14, 15 months you guys have been through, and you persevered, and in the end, you're going to be stronger because of it. We thank you, parents, for being here today. As Dana said, the good Lord above for providing us good weather to be here. Congratulations to all of you. These are great scholarships. They're wonderful, and it's a great honor to be selected for a NAFA scholarship. So enjoy the day, and again, congratulations, and thank you for everybody for being here.
Good morning. Good morning. All right, here to present the Jane Whittington Memorial Scholarship is our Owita McGee Excellence Award winner and senior English teacher, Catherine Sandifer.
Good morning, everyone. In 1970, graduate John Dye approached Miss Dana several years ago. A 1970 graduate, John Dye, approached Miss Dana several years ago to start a scholarship in memory of one of the best English teachers Neville has ever had, Mrs. Jane Whittington. I actually met her when I was a little girl when my mom taught here, and she was an amazing lady. She taught so many to love literature and language. This scholarship is a contest, so the students must submit 3 pieces of writing, essay, short story, or poem, to a panel of judges. This year's second place award of the Jane Whittington Memorial Scholarship goes to LaDeja White, who will be attending Loyola. And the first place award goes to Gracie May, who will be attending Louisiana Tech. Congratulations to these wonderful young women. And Mr. Dye and his wife are here from Baton Rouge. They're back there, yes. Thank y'all so much for doing this.
Sorry, you too.
Here to present the next scholarship is last year's recipient, and Neville's 2019-2020 Student Body President, Eli McPherson.
We lost a Tiger in his sophomore year due to a terrible accident on Bayou Desir. Treltic was an impressive baseball player and an excellent student. His death was a terrible loss to the Neville Nation. His grandparents were Neville Tigers and lived in Monroe all of their lives. His parents established this scholarship to remember Trey and Trey's dream of being an LSU Tiger as well. This year's Treltic Scholarship Award goes to Neville baseball player who was honored this year by his teammates to wear Trey's number 7, Wes Robinson. He's not here this morning because of Neville baseball is in the second round of the playoffs and playing as we speak.
The next award is one that started it all. And here to present the award, the NAFA Awards, is Mr. Richard Paylor, NAFA President.
The Neville Alumni and Friends Association has been giving an award to the children of our membership since 1996. NAFA was incorporated in 1995, and this award is to honor the students of dedicated siblings, parents, aunts, uncles, grandparents, great-grandparents who continue to support NAFA and all the work that is done for our school. We have committed to keeping us as the most beautiful school in Louisiana as recognized by the Architectural Digest. We're proud to present this year's awards to 10 of our legacies. The first one will be Rhody Green, who is going to LSU. And his mother will be accepting because he is at the ball game too. Next will be Patio, who will be going to LSU. Next, Ben Crawford, who will be attending ULM. Next award will be Sadie Keys, who will be attending Ole Miss. Next will be Jackson Landry, who will be going to LSU. Next would be Carter Lodging going to Tech. Next will be Pippa Morstead, who's going to LSU. Next, Ella Rose Smith, who's going to LSU. Next will be Sally Jane Snelling, who's going to Tech. And the final one we're giving out is Raya Williams, who's going to Grambling.
Next is Mr. Hanks. He's here to present the Thomas Stevens Scholarship Award.
Morning. I'm honored that Thomas Stevens' family has asked me to represent them in awarding this scholarship this morning. Thomas was a student of mine who brought a smile to everyone he met. His smile is what I remember the most about him. He brightened my day both in my class and any time I saw him in the hall when he would try to get me to laugh. When we lost Thomas, it reminded all of us of how precious life really is. The graduate receiving this scholarship has set an example for his classmates on the court, in the community, and as an academic leader, all in the spirit of Neville High School. The smile that is on his face on a daily basis is one of the unmistakable characteristics of this student, his thirst for life. I've had the privilege to teach this student twice, and I am proud of all his accomplishments, and I am even more proud of what he plans to do in the future. The candidate receiving this scholarship will be a fitting representation for Thomas and his family. The graduate will receive a $1,000 scholarship to the university of his choice in memory of Thomas. It is an honor and privilege to present the Thomas Gray Stevens Award Scholarship to Adrian Cole.
A brand new scholarship has been established this year by Marie Louise and Nabnet Kinder, class of 1991, to honor her father, Carrie, Richard, and Nabnet Sr. Mr. Nabnet was a member of the Neville Band, and they were known then as the Band of Louisiana. They were invited to play in March in the John F. Kennedy inaugural parade in Washington, D.C. This scholarship is set up to be awarded to a member of the Neville Tiger Marching Band. Presenting this award is Mr. Nabnet, and congratulations goes to our very own drum major, Raven Willis. Now to give out the scholarship in his grandmother's name is Bruce Bolton, class of 1994.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Bruce Bolton. Charlotte Bolton was my grandmother, and I'm honored to represent our family here today. Charlotte Bolton was a teacher and a coach here back in from 66 to 89, and her efforts were instrumental in the establishment of the Neville High School tennis program as well as tennis throughout Louisiana. Because of her efforts, a whole generation of students here at Neville was introduced to tennis. Each year, a scholarship is given in her honor, and to a member of the Neville team that demonstrates high academic achievement, as well as community service and team spirit. This year's recipient was a member of the Neville tennis team for 3 years. She is I've got some conflicting information. Okay, well, I know that one too. I know her. Okay. So, I don't know her whole story with the Neville High School team, but I know her personally, and she is a very nice person, a very fierce competitor, and yeah, that's all I got to say about that. This year's recipient is Natalie Leha.
Clip that, clip it, clip it. Yeah, I think you have the boots.
Jessica Tolliver, sponsor and choreographer of the Bingo Bells, will now award the Courtney Kinney Bingo Bells Scholarship Award.
Good morning. It is an honor and a privilege to stand before you this morning and present the Courtney Lee Kinney Memorial Scholarship. Courtney was one of my bingos back in 2007. She was a part of my second team. She was a beautiful soul, life of the party. She knew no strangers, and most importantly, she loved her bingo bells. All of the senior bingo bells embody Courtney's spirit, but there is one young lady who stood out. This young lady loves her bingo sisters by giving them daily hugs during practice. She yells, "On stage!" when it's time to begin practice, and just like Courtney's spirit, she's a breath of fresh air. It is my privilege to award this year's recipient to co-captain Jaylee White.
Here to present the A. Scott Daniel Award is his son, John Daniel.
I'm John Daniel, and I'm presenting my family's award, the A. Scott Daniel Award. My dad went to school with Neville in the 40s. He played on the same football team with our legendary coach, Carrie Brown. And I would like to present this award, or my family and I would like to present this award to Auntie Ella Ford. She's not here today. Thank you.
Oh, snap.
Here this morning to help present this scholarship award is the 1965 Neville graduate, Ronnie Davidson. He also graduated with Jimmy Rogers. I bet Mr. Ronnie has a few stories to tell. Many, he said. Ronnie has always been a devoted Neville Tiger, and he spent 20 years in the stadium press box volunteering on the PA radio and helping keep the football stats. He set up this scholarship in 2015, and as a devoted Neville alum, he wanted to be a part of this great program to honor our seniors. This year's recipient is kind, focused, smart, and beautiful inside and out, just like Mr. Ronnie. The Davidson Family Scholarship goes to our varsity cheer captain, Caroline Clary. Another brand new scholarship is being established this year, thanks to Patty and Alan Lacey and our very own adored Dr. Christella Dawson. They are here to present their prestigious award.
normal talking about the two women that inspired this scholarship. Hope you can see this, a photo of them back in the day. Dr. Dawson and Ann Qualls. Ann Qualls came into the world in 1930. She was born in Shreveport, and she was born into difficult situations that culminated when her father died at home with her alone when she was young. But she didn't let that stop her desire for education, and she ended up taking the bus to Baylor University, where she graduated with a teaching degree. At the same time, 14 years later, a fiery person came into the world, 1944, Christella Dawson, as y'all know as Dr. Dawson. And at one time, Christella, she had such hardships that she was living in the alleys of Birmingham. But she didn't let that stop her either, and she went on to a Grambling degree, followed by NLU, where she got her master's and her doctorate. These two lives intersected, though they didn't know it yet, when they both taught at Carroll High School. And then both were suddenly called to Neville, really not in their plan. My mother felt like Dr. Henry Carroll was the best boss she ever had. So she was a little shocked to come to Neville, but there she worked side by side with Dr. Dawson, who, as you know, has been here a long time, over 50 years. And I always had in my heart for a scholarship for those who encounter faith along the hard walk, and scholarship and qualities of caring for others. And so when Dr. Dawson agreed, reluctantly at first, to participate with me in this scholarship, we were looking for young ladies that had faith, perseverance through trials, who used their God-given talents, and who sought God for their reliance, for their self-worth. And so we narrowed down 12 amazing applications to 3, and we found out we couldn't go any further. We had planned to pick one, but since this is the first year, we deviated from that. And we also used as a boilerplate the Renaissance program, which y'all are familiar with, and which Dr. Dawson had been inspired by someone in Texas using that program. So she brought it here to Neville, and we loved that. So all 3 of our selections are members of the Renaissance program. And our first recipient, she is a member of that program, as I said, like all of them, and she saw sports as a venue to persevere, which other of our applicants also mentioned. And she had learned that she was athletic, but she needed to learn to be an athlete. And there's a big difference in that an athlete learns how to conquer when an injury comes, and they learn how to put pain into gain. So this recipient was told she was one of the most respected and liked at Neville, and she had provided the writer of her recommendation faith in the educational system. Here's a couple of quotes from her. Every day, her faith allows her to say, "I thank God for making me who I am," and that she plans as she goes to university, and it's Louisiana Tech, she will continue to be the smart, educated, and well-raised young lady that she is. And we love that quote. We love her self-esteem through Christ. Congratulations, Jemiah Robinson. I only met these people through Zoom and Skype, so it's pretty cool today. Our second recipient has fallen and struggled along the way. At a young age, she experienced a tragedy much like my mother had. Yet a math teacher said about her that in 11 years at Neville, this individual possesses a high moral character, and she'd only had 2 people that she had ever taught that had this kind of character. Like our first recipient, she has maintained high grades and writing skills to be involved with the yearbook. And she also knows Spanish, which is something I am interested in and speak. We also hear she's a natural leader and a freak over color-coded organizers. So congratulations, Janiyah Alice Gribb. And last but definitely not least, this recipient has gone from a nervous little freshman to a self-confident young lady, respectful and fair-minded, not the typical egocentric teenager. And if you didn't know it, by the way I'm telling this, these are comments that their recommenders make. They're in quotes. To the band, this student acted as a lifeline who literally kept the band running at times when the directors felt overwhelmed, and she would do whatever was asked of her. Low self-esteem developed as this individual was the target of relentless childhood bullying. How amazing at that young age to realize your limitations, but she refused to let that kind of thing label her and name her. She juggled two difficult curriculums and maintained good grades and was always interested in the harder courses, even though she knew they wouldn't be easy grades. She's looking forward to a stint at Grambling. And to Carrie Robinson, congratulations. Thank you to all the educators here and those on the committee and the students that have made this possible.
One of our most loyal graduates from the class of 1948, Mrs. Agnes Jones, married Fred Goldson. He was not a Neville grad. Those two lived a wonderful life here in Monroe and raised 5 Goldson boys, all Neville Tigers. Mr. Fred became one of the most dedicated Tiger fans that ever lived. His boys and his sweet wife, Agnes, established a scholarship to honor his love for all things Neville, especially Neville football. This year's Fred Goldson Scholarship goes to a deserving Neville football player who is a Tiger through and through. This young man's essay was so heartfelt, I have cried every time I've read it. This recipient is attending Louisiana Tech, Gilberto Quinones.
We'll be posting a copy of the essay in the description. Such a handsome young lad.
Here to present the Brian Gregory Award is his dad, Jim Gregory.
Good morning. My son Brian graduated from Neville in 1991. He had a love of history, and that was his pursuit in life. Unfortunately, he was killed in an accident in 1998. But my wife and I have established this award in his memory and to honor a Neville student who shares a similar interest that he had. And I'd also like to recognize Dr. Chris Robinson, who was also a member of the class of 91, who has helped with this financial award. Thank you. Sorry about that. I'll get here in a minute. All right, this award goes to Simon Henry Mishner.
Here to award the next scholarship is Mr. Carrie Black, class of 1976.
I'm reading a little note here about class of 76 and the criteria that we have written up. But I'm just going to say this on a personal level. When I was reading through this, the thing that took me was two words: humility and compassion. I don't know this young lady, but I'm positive that she does have that humility and that compassion. Plus, she has a head full of sense. I had a lot of jokes to tell, but seeing how my senior math teacher's here, I've got to digress. So Miss Emma Livingston Street, would you please come up, please?
Way back in 1957, there was a group of guys who played on the first Neville State Championship basketball team under Coach Mcconauthey. One of those teammates is here this morning to present the Herschel Mcconauthey Scholarship Award, Mr. Bob Groves.
Good morning, class of the senior recipient of the scholarship award of the class of 2021. My name is Bob Groves from the class of 1957. It's my honor to present the Herschel Mcconauthey Scholarship, and I've asked Coach Grumblot to make that presentation because I'll probably drop it. I want to say a few words before I call the recipient up, but this is the first award that we have given out since Coach Mcconauthey has passed. He passed this last year, no longer with us, but he leaves a history of a helping hand to each recipient that's received the scholarship, and is sorely missed by his family and those who know him. I'd like to call JoJo Briggs.
I know what they said. I'm sure it was funny. Say the joke. Shut up. Say it again.
This next award is provided by NAFA and Neville's very first alumnus of the year, Wally McMakin, and his wife, Andrea, now of Baton Rouge. Wally is one of our most benevolent alums and is a very proud Neville and LSU Tiger. The Andrea and Wally McMakin Award this year goes to two recipients: Anna Kate Barnes and William Reed. Both will be attending LSU. Our next award is given in honor of our beloved coach, Roosevelt Rankins. The benefactor of this award gives so much to our school, not only in dollars, but in tremendous support and love. Thank you, Randy Morris. The Roosevelt Rankins Scholarship Award this year goes to someone who has been very involved at Neville during the past 4 years and is considered the president of Coach Rankin's treasured club, the Clean Team. This goes to Camille Burkett. She'll be attending Tulane in the fall. The Tom Scott family has a long history with Neville High School. The family loyalty to our school and to our community is legend. Just like the Scott family, this recipient's family ties has deep ties to our Neville and our community. So this Scott Scholarship Award goes to a future ULM Warhawk, Davis Brown.
Oh yeah, let that man go.
The next scholarship is given from undoubtedly our most gracious Neville family. Susan Weaver, past NAFA president, is here to present the James Machine Works Scholarship.
Good morning. My name is Susan McElroy Weaver, and I'm a proud Neville graduate, class of '69. In 2014, my brother Paul and I established this scholarship. Paul was a member of the famed 72 championship team here at Neville. When Paul passed away in 2015, I changed the parameters of this scholarship so that it would go to a senior softball player from Neville. Paul loved girls softball. Both of his girls played for Neville, and he spent countless hours, time, and energy on the Neville program. This is a $2,000 scholarship, and this year's recipient is Anna Grace Hampton.
26 years ago, the most fabulous group of Tigers got together to celebrate their much-loved Hall of Fame legendary coaches, Bill Ruppel and Charlie Brown. Here to award the Ruppel Brown Scholarships is NAFA member and past chairman of our Tiger Scramble Golf Tournament, Mr. Pat Anderson.
Good morning. I'm Patrick Anderson, class of '56. They always save us old folk till last. We didn't go to sleep. 26 years ago, we started a golf tournament, the Neville Tiger Scramble. We have built that program up to where we now give away 2 scholarships every year. This year, we'll be giving away the 27th and 28th scholarship. And these scholarships are $8,000 for 4 years, $1,000 a semester for 4 years. We got 2 great recipients today. The first recipient is Dexter Walker Jr. Dexter will be attending LSU. No. What do you do? Where you going? Oh, my old school.
next recipient is a lovely young lady, Sarah Elizabeth Ship. She's going to LSU. I got that one right.
Hey, son, flex that. Flex it, dude. Oh, yeah. Dude, you didn't flex it. Hey, come back. Ooh.
You know, Neville High School is an institution. It's been made an institution because of the principals we've had, the teachers we've had, and all the alumni that still care for this school. Everybody that goes to this school never forgets it. And the grade point averages and everything has befuddled people in Louisiana because they keep going up. But that's because of the people that run this school, and they do a darn good job. So, go Tigers.
Woo! Let's go.
Recipients, make sure that you hold on to your envelopes because there's some very important information in those that you'll need on down the road, okay? We're going to ask you all to stay put so that we can get a big group picture, so don't go anywhere. And, oh, sorry, there's refreshments, so help yourselves. This concludes our program this morning. Thank you.
Bye. She knows I'm going to get wordy on this one. First off, on behalf of NAFA, I just want to congratulate all the recipients. I have lived in various cities across the country since I graduated. Unfortunately, my children graduated from high school in North Carolina, and my grandchildren are graduating from all over the country. But working with the schools where my children went and where my grandchildren have went, I have got to say that I have never seen a school like this one. I have never seen an alumni association give out this many scholarships on top of what the scholarships that our graduates earn. So I just want you to remember that, remember your Tigers, and you're always a Tiger and welcome to be with us. I also need to thank Karen McPherson and Kathy Hart for doing our presentations and passing out the plaques this morning. Our scholarship committee, I'm going to tell you, that was an interesting evening with a lot of discussion coming up with these scholarship winners, and we're proud of each of them. We'd like to thank Jennifer Graham and Nikki Hanks for our refreshments. A special thanks goes to Mr. Chris Waters, our guidance counselor. Chris did a lot of work getting the scholarship applications ready, getting them organized. He got them put online so that the committee could see them and read all the information ahead of time, and he's just been invaluable to us at NAFA. We also want to thank all of our benefactors who have contributed and come back to give all these scholarships. So give our benefactors a hand, please. Finally, since I was here many, many years ago, if you want any stories about Dr. Dawson or Coach Rankins, because Coach Rankins was my civics teacher when I was here, I'll be happy to pass some to you. Recipients, please wait for your picture. Everybody else, please come enjoy the refreshments. And thank you for coming today.